The weather will
Yeah,
cooperate today. Oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
A little bit of
every
humidity,
morning.
too. Yeah, it's still excessive heat warnings out for the Coachella Valley. That's through tonight. They do back off by a couple degrees, but still hot tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, though. Yeah, that's good news.
That is good
But
news.
the numbers will back off. We'll let you know the future of our forecast into the weekend just a bit.
Okay, see you shortly, Terry. Thanks. Our top story this morning, the search is on this week after a smash and grab at the shops in Palm Desert. On Saturday afternoon, deputies were dispatched to the Palm Desert Mall for a robbery at Don Roberto Jewelers. Take a look at this. Several suspects were found wearing masks and carrying hammers, smashing display cases and grabbing merchandise before getting away. No injuries were reported, and police are still looking for those suspects. Two 19-year-olds accused of killing La Quinta High Schooler Jaden Ramos were ordered to stand trial yesterday. Elijah Alfredo Martinez and Dominic Cruz Valencia are accused of shooting and killing Ramos at a La Quinta prom after party in May of last year. On Monday, a Superior Court judge found there was enough evidence to hold both defendants on trial for one count of murder, as well as sentence-enhancing gun allegations. Their next court date is scheduled for the end of this month, August 27th, though no specific trial date has been set. The Palm Springs aerial tramway will remain closed until further notice. Staff for the tram says the closure is due to a malfunctioning piece of equipment. A new part has been ordered to fix the issue, but we still don't know when the issue will be fixed. The tram shut down on Friday and was closed for the entire weekend. A local eatery that closed after serving customers for 8 decades reopened on Monday under new management. Our NBC Palm Springs' Brett Rosen reports and has more on Indio's iconic restaurant, Burger Box.
For many today, the returning sounds of burger patties sizzling on the grill and fries splashing around the deep fryer is like music to the ear. Burger Box on India Boulevard was around for 70 years. Owned by George Mitchell and his family until it closed its windows at the end of October 2024. For both customers and the new owners, living in Indio and going to Burger Box was one and the same, a tradition that can never be replaced.
We used to come a lot when we were younger with my dad and with my sisters, and our memories are coming to like eat the burgers and eat the chicken. And then when I found out that our coworker Alex and his family had purchased the place and they were going to open it up, we were very excited because the memories of coming here to eat with our parents and with my sisters, we were going to be able to continue it.
I remember here being as a kid, and then Mr. George coming with his coffee, his burger, always smiling, always asking me about my day. And sure enough, now I'm blessed to be able to work here and carry on his legacy.
As the ribbon-cutting ceremony began, already lines of people flooded to see Burger Box finally open its doors. Indio City officials say that seeing Burger Box finally reopen just shows the future growth of the city.
This is another sign that Indio continues to grow. Burger Box is proof that the residents, that the workers of businesses here want to be here.
Add mayo, no pickles, no mustard.
Christian Ruiz is the son of the new owners. He says seeing his parents a part of the reopening of something so historic in the city is a feeling like no other.
I'm coming from nothing, from a whole new country. It's just amazing, really, the effort my dad has put into literally everything in this restaurant, from the painting the walls to redoing the epoxy on the floor, everything he's done. And I couldn't be more grateful, to call them my parents.
And that was our Brett Rosen reporting. We're going to head outside and take another live look at our Agua Caliente casino camera in Palm Springs. Let's check back in with Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at your forecast today, Jerry.
Yeah, a lot of sunshine today, maybe a little bit of a haze with wind-blown dust and air quality alert in effect. 87 degrees at Palm Springs, 31% relative humidity, a touch of humidity out there by the middle of the afternoon. 80 degrees at Thermal right now, light winds. Temps include 76 degrees up at Yucca Valley, 86 Desert Hot Springs, lots of 80s in the valley. 85 at Indio, 85 also Coachella, San Gorgonio Pass beginning in the 70s, 70 at Banning, 78 degrees at Cabazon. Nothing on radar, obviously. We are in a dry weather pattern at the surface, and we'll see plenty of sunshine today. We do have a marine layer that will burn off in the next few hours, but hot and a bit breezy late in the day. But temps still up there, 112 to 116 under plenty of sunshine, a little bit of a haze. We do have dew points that'll fall into the middle 50s, so up there, kind of on the border of whether to use your evaporative coolers or not. Peak temps at around 4 o'clock. That includes 114 in Palm Springs, just like yesterday. 114 also at Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage, and La Quinta. 113 Indian Wells and Indio. So we have that extreme heat warning like we had last week into the weekend and today. But it expires at 8 o'clock tonight. Does include the Coachella Valley parts of the high desert. Tomorrow the numbers come down by a degree. 113 tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, but then we get some relief, at least a little bit. Back to normal Thursday with 110. Full forecast and a look ahead to the weekend, minutes away.
All right, Jerry, thanks. A beloved local bookstore is officially settling into their new location in Palm Springs. It's called the Best Bookstore in Palm Springs, and it's been serving the community since 2022. The future of this business was called into question when recently there was a dispute between the store owners and their landlords over who should pay for their broken air conditioning unit. Well, it looks like this business will continue at their new location in Palm Springs Historic Plaza Shopping Center. We spoke with the owner, Paul Carr.
I mean, it's an amazing location. I mean, it's a historic location, so there's few better places and more iconic places to be in Palm Springs than the plaza, especially with the new theater redevelopment. We have air conditioning that works, which is great. We have same number of books as before, nicer space, better foot traffic. Very happy.
The Best Bookstore in Palm Springs is open daily until 6 p.m. The 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians are giving back to the community today by donating 500 backpacks filled with school supplies to students in the Coachella Valley Unified School District. The distribution is set for 6 o'clock tonight at the school district's office on Church Street in Thermal. It's a drive-through event, and at least one child must be present to receive one of the donations. It's the last of 5 donation events in the tribe that they've been holding this summer. They'll give away 1,800 backpacks to students. Construction crews broke ground on a parking expansion project in Rancho Mirage yesterday. It comes as plans are underway to kickstart a vibrant new downtown area. NBC Palm Springs Kai Beach has that story for us.
People love this area. It's a very picturesque. I come here because I like the area. I walk from a certain point where I park my car.
Hi, I'm Charlie Nesbitt of the city of Rancho Mirage. I'm the project manager for the city. We're downtown next to the Rancho Mirage Community Park over by the Elephant Car Wash. We are starting a brand new project. It's a downtown parking area. It's going to add roughly around 252 parking spaces, which will include ADA and EV chargers. We're going to have lighted crosswalks and just a whole beautification of the area. This area will also be double used for many events the city has planned coming up. It's going to enhance the area for this area where there's been limited parking for many years.
I think it's a great addition. I think it's something that we all need. Otherwise, we have to park in the park per se, and it isn't always available for parking, so this is a good thing.
For the next 3 months, we will be constructing in this area along Button Drive and San Jacinto Drive. So if possible, do your best to avoid this area until it's complete, and just to help traffic flow a little bit better during this time.
It's time now for We're in the Valley, where we show you a photo of a location somewhere in the Coachella Valley, and you guess where it is. So let me show you the photo. Take a look. Do you know where this is? You'll have some time to think about it. We'll reveal the special location at the end of our broadcast. I'll give you a little hint before we get there, so stay tuned. Coming up next on your morning news, it's time to clear the shelters. We'll tell you more about our partnership with the Palm Springs Animal Shelter and how you can get a great deal on a new furry friend this weekend. That's coming up next. But first, let's head outside. We're going to take a live look at your Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. A little hazy out there to start off this Tuesday morning. Jerry's going to break down your full 7-day AccuWeather forecast straight ahead.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
A local World War II veteran celebrated his 100th birthday on Monday. Meet Bernard Sergil. He lives in Rancho Mirage and served as an Army Staff Sergeant in World War II. He fought in the Philippines campaign and says his experience during the war shaped the course of his life. Sergil shares those memories in his book called Collections of World War II in Poetry. He wrote the book while taking free classes at the Rancho Mirage Library.
When Pearl Harbor happened, I was 16 years old and I wanted to enlist immediately. And my mother said, no way. So on my 18th birthday, you had to register for the draft board. I remember going down and telling them, will you take me right away? And the woman who was doing the intake looked up like, who's this strange kid? And 2 months later, I was in the Army. And it was a life-changing experience.
Our Olivia Sandusky will be featuring Sergil in a special story set to air later this year. That report will highlight the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II, so stay tuned. If you're looking to beat the heat this summer but still do something fun, the Living Desert is holding special Wild Nights events every Friday this month from 7 until 9 at night. There will be nighttime exhibits, games, and trivia, and lots to do for the entire family. A Palm Springs police canine, Hylas, retired on Monday after serving for 5 years with his newly promoted dad, Sergeant Etchison. Hylas sniffed out pounds of narcotics for the city, making it a safer place for the entire community. Sergeant Etchison shared loving and kind words about his partner in crime. Hylas will spend the rest of his life as a ranch dog surrounded by other furry friends. The department also introducing their newest staff member, Canine Zita. Zita is officially on the job with Officer Sandoval. She is trained to detect a variety of explosives, firearms, and ammunitions. The department says make sure to say hi if you see Canine Zita around the city. We're teaming up with the Palm Springs Animal Shelter this weekend for their annual Clear the Shelters event. It's part of a nationwide effort driven by NBC at large. This weekend, August 16th through the 17th, adoption fees are paid in full, so adoptions are free all weekend long. And it's all thanks to the generous donations from you in the community this year. We'll be live all week leading up to this weekend's big adoption event. I'll be out there live on your midday news today at 11, introducing you to some of the adorable pets up for adoption. The Palm Springs Animal Shelter is open until 5 today at East Mesquite Avenue in Palm Springs, just east of Demuth Park. According to new research, fast walking could be the key to living longer. The newly published study involved tens of thousands of participants. They filled out a comprehensive questionnaire about their exercise habits, averaging time spent working out, walking speed, and health. Well, roughly 16 years later, they completed another questionnaire. Analysis of the data showed study participants who fast walk for at least 15 minutes every day saw a nearly 20% reduction in premature death. So how do you know if you're walking fast enough? Well, according to the United Kingdom's National Health Survey, you should be able to talk but not sing. It's a good tip. Well, there's been some recent concern about coffee and contaminants, so the nonprofit Clean Label Project looked into it. The nonprofit analyzed about 45 popular brands of caffeinated coffees grown from various countries. A certified lab conducted thousands of tests looking for pesticides, heavy metals, mycotoxins, and plasticizer found in consumer products. Well, here's the grind. The investigation did find some contaminants present in coffee, but at minimal levels. The study concludes that caffeinated coffee is one of the cleanest product categories ever tested, generally clean of contaminants and toxins. Dementia affects more than 6 million Americans and leads to loss of memory, language, problem solving, and other cognitive abilities. And it accounts for more than 100,000 deaths a year, according to the National Institute of Health. While the new dementia cases are expected to continue rising, Mandy Gaither has more on recent research which suggests many cases of dementia are preventable.
It's a growing concern. Researchers with the National Institutes of Health estimate 42% of Americans over age 55 will eventually develop dementia. And because of the aging U.S. population, the number of new dementia cases per year is expected to double by 2060. But a new study suggests many of those cases don't have to happen.
The headline really has been that about 40%, so close to half of cases of dementia, are likely preventable.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta says many people believe there's not much one can do to prevent or reverse dementia, but the recent research is showing that may not be the case. The U.S.-based study looked at more than 2,000 people between the ages of 60 and 79 who were cognitively fine, but weren't necessarily living a healthy lifestyle. After being put into a structured program, which included regular exercise, a Mediterranean diet rich in plant-based foods and healthy fats, brain training, socialization, and health monitoring, researchers found all these changes reduce the overall likelihood that the participants would develop dementia. Gupta says another study shows lifestyle changes in people who have already been diagnosed with cognitive impairment may be able to improve symptoms.
Doing 20 weeks of a vegan diet, exercise, strength training, stress relief, online support sessions, they saw people whose symptoms either stopped, stalled, or even reversed.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
If you'd like more information on the stories we've aired in our broadcast, you can go to our new website on NBCPalmSprings.com. We've got our top stories right there on our homepage, along with our breaking news and a really cool feature. It's our newsroom tab where you're going to find all of our stories and local events organized by date. We're going to head back over to Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at what's ahead in your forecast, Jerry.
Well, we have clear skies tonight. Great viewing material for the Perseids meteor shower, one of the busiest of the year. Could see maybe up to 50, but because of a moon that's out there during the middle of the night, it may kind of wash things out a little bit. But moon rises at 9:39 tonight, sets at 10:45 tomorrow morning. It's debris left behind by a comet, Swift-Tuttle. Anyway, check it out this evening. Full forecast and 7-day next.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
These are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating. And we couldn't agree more.
Sunny skies in our Agua Caliente Casino Camp view, a little bit of a haze. We'll see temps that'll be as hot as yesterday. Yesterday, we hit 114, a little bit above that 109 degree normal. And yeah, 114 is in our sights today. Currently, lots of 80s around the Coachella Valley, clear skies, 70s up north in the high desert, even 70 degrees right now at Banning to begin our day. Winds light and variable. They'll be out of the west as they usually have been over the last few days, afternoons and evenings. Now radar, yeah, nothing happening there. We have mostly clear skies over the valley. A little bit of a haze over the valley. We do have wind-blown dust, which will be a problem. And because of that, the air quality alert has been posted again through tonight for the Coachella Valley. So the air quality suffers a little bit. As far as today, ridge of high pressure to the north will keep us above normal by several degrees, 112 to 116. That's our window today for the high temps. Hot and a bit breezy with winds out of the west late in the day. Now, 114, our forecast high for Palm Springs, not even close to the record of 120. Sit back in 67. Other highs include, 111 at Cathedral City. We're expecting those temps to stay up in the middle 1-teens today, and because of that, an extreme heat warning in effect through this evening does include the Coachella Valley, San Gorgonio Pass, parts of the high desert, as temperatures will be several degrees above normal. We're not the only ones. It expands into parts of Nevada, even areas of Arizona, dealing with the heat today. So the numbers come down by a degree tomorrow. 113 for Palm Springs again. Not going to be a record. 116 set back in 2020. Other highs tomorrow include 113 Indio, 114 La Quinta, Rancho Mirage and Palm Desert, Cathedral City at that same number, 104 at Cabazon tomorrow, 102 at Yucca Valley. Okay, things change a little bit Thursday. That high pressure center begins to flatten out a little bit. We'll get some moisture being pulled into Arizona. We'll have widely scattered showers there, but normal hot for us. Temperatures right where they should be for early to mid-August, 108 to 112. That's typical this time of year. Specifically, 110 in Palm Springs on Thursday afternoon, 111 Palm Desert, 101 at Cabazon Thursday under mostly sunny skies. Now, winds really not an issue. Yesterday, I had low 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds. That's upper 20-mile-an-hour sustained winds now for late today, tomorrow, and again on Thursday. Maybe a little gusty around the wind-prone areas, but not even close to wind advisory status on Wednesday afternoon. Surface moisture, we're watching that because we're teetering on the edge of whether to use those evaporative coolers or not as we move into the middle 50s with those dew points. Middle of the day, yeah, teens, that's not all that bad, but yeah, touch of humidity, desert standard humidity. Okay, quick check of the tropics. Evo's over and done with. Henriette still out there. Here's Hawaii, north of the islands. It'll begin weakening into a tropical storm a little later on today. Right now, minimal hurricane, 75-mile-an-hour winds. Also, Aaron out there, North Atlantic. This is the one we're going to watch because it's moving its way to the west. It will gain strength, possibly a major hurricane north of Puerto Rico. Here's another computer model. We're starting the clock on the 12th here. Here's what we're looking at. Aaron moving its way to the west. Here's Puerto Rico. It begins to become hurricane status north of the islands there, but then it turns its way to the north and eventually back to the northeast. So that's good news, staying away from land. Comfort Air 7-day forecast, 114 today. Yeah, we have a heads up because of the heat. 113 tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Back to normal Thursday, 110. Then slip below that beginning Friday. Hashtag holiday calendar and pop quiz. Got 2 questions loosely related to one of the days today. First, let's check the calendar, all brought to you by One Coachella Valley. What's happening today, Tuesday, August 12, 2025? National Julienne Fries Day is today.
Oh, I know Julienne fries.
Shoestring potatoes,
Yeah,
yes.
they're so good, aren't they?
Take a
Little
handful of
crispy.
Yes, exactly, because they're cut so thin before deep fried. Yes, stuff a bunch in your mouth. Yum. That's today. Also, National Middle Child Day is today. Are you the Jan Brady or maybe Peter Brady of the kids in the family?
Oh, that's you. It's Rico.
It's all about you. Rico, you're a middle child, huh? Marsha. You're allowed to say that today. Are you a middle child?
No, I'm the oldest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, oldest.
You are? Yay.
King.
2 oldest.
All right. Also, National Truck Driver Day today. Long haul or short haul, hey, we salute you behind those big rigs. Drive carefully. Right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Also, one of my days, it's National Vinyl Records Day is today.
Oh.
First vinyl record was basically created back in the 1890s. The 33 RPM and 45 RPM singles were introduced commercially in the 40s. These vinyl 45 RPM records came with an A and B side, right?
Oh.
Do you have any vinyl records?
I just gave a stack away.
You did?
Yes, and
How
now
could
that
you
you're
do
saying
that?
that you love vinyl records, I'm like, why didn't I give them to Jerry?
Yeah.
But yes.
I have too many. I have 45.
Yes.
I have 100. How many do I have?
So many.
I have thousands. 45.
Is that crazy?
I can't remember.
Is your whole house just vinyl records? Like,
One's a record room.
Whoa. Wow.
Dating back
that's
to
so
the
cool.
first 45 RPM record back in 1949.
That is so crazy,
A lot
Jerry.
of
How
45s.
cool.
So we have 2 45 RPM record quizzes today. You know, vinyl records. You know your vinyl records. You know your music. We got a couple questions for you. The 45 RPM single Detroit Rock City was released to radio stations across the country during the summer of '76. After Detroit Rock City failed to find an audience, disc jockeys across the country began to play its B-side, a power ballad titled Beth, which became this band's very first Billboard Top 10 single. Name this group. Is it A, Kiss, B, Poison, C, Van Halen?
Oh, goodness me. I'm going to go let's go with Kiss.
You're going to go with Kiss? Okay, yeah, all right. Beth and Detroit Rock City. Got an A, a C, and an A. A lot of A's there, and the A's got it right. Yeah, Beth, the power ballad from Kiss. Yes, that was their first really big hit single. Although Detroit Rock City is a classic, right? Okay, second vinyl records question. The average song length of a typical tune on one side of a 45 RPM vinyl record runs somewhere between 3 and 4 minutes, but the shortest recording to find a place at the top of the Billboard singles charts, a #1 record, at a total time of just 1 minute and 36 seconds, is a 1960 recording of the song Stay from this act. A, Buddy Holly. B, Fats Domino. C, Maurice Williams.
Oh, goodness. Can you sing it?
Stay just a little bit longer. I think that's it.
Oh, I love that song.
I think.
Gosh. Oh, goodness.
I'm not a singer.
Who is that? Is
what
it
do you
Buddy
think it is?
Holiday? Oh, no, maybe
No, it's
Maurice Williams. I
Williams.
knew
And
it
the
right at the
Zodiacs.
last second. I'm like, oh, it's
A
Maurice
minute and
Williams.
36 seconds before you start getting into it, it's over. Yeah,
Yes.
but it was a #1 hit record.
That's so
Maurice
cool.
Williams. Oops, ow.
Another injury.
Okay, back in a bit.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Welcome back on this Tuesday, August 12th. I'm Mary Strong. Thanks so much for waking up with us this morning. Jerry's going to have your forecast coming up in just a few minutes, but first, a recap of your top stories. The search is on this week after a smash and grab at the shops in Palm Desert. On Saturday afternoon, deputies were dispatched to the Palm Desert Mall for a robbery at Don Roberto Jewelers. Take a look at this. Several suspects were found wearing masks and carrying hammers, smashing display cases and grabbing merchandise before getting away. No injuries were reported, and police are still looking for those suspects. Two 19-year-olds accused of killing La Quinta High Schooler Jaden Ramos were ordered to stand trial yesterday. Elijah Alfredo Martinez and Dominic Cruz Valencia are accused of shooting and killing Ramos at a La Quinta prom after party in May of last year. On Monday, a Superior Court judge found there was enough evidence to hold both defendants on trial for one count of murder as well as sentence-enhancing gun allegations. Their next court date is scheduled for the end of this month, August 27th, though no specific trial date has been set. The Palm Springs aerial tramway will remain closed until further notice. Staff for the tram says the closure is due to a malfunctioning piece of equipment. A new part has been ordered, but we still don't know when the issue will be fixed. The tram shut down on Friday and was closed for the entire weekend. The 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians are giving back to the community today by donating 500 backpacks filled with school supplies to students in the Coachella Valley Unified School District. The distribution is set for 6 o'clock tonight at the school district's office on Church Street in Thermal. It's a drive-through event, and at least one child must be present to receive one of the donations. It's the last of 5 donation events the tribe has held over this summer. In all, they've given away more than 1,800 backpacks. We're teaming up with the Palm Springs Animal Shelter this weekend for their annual Clear the Shelter event. It's part of a nationwide effort driven by NBC at large. This weekend, August 16th through the 17th, adoption fees are paid in full, and it's all thanks to the generous donations from you in the community this year. We'll be live all week leading up to this weekend's adoption event. I'll be out there live today, this afternoon, for our midday news at 11, bringing you some of the wonderful furry friends up for adoption. The Palm Springs Animal Shelter is located on East Mesquite Avenue in Palm Springs, just east of Demuth Park, and we hope to see you out there this weekend. Los Angeles officials gathered yesterday to speak out against the alleged detainment of a high school student by Homeland Security agents. Reporter Gio Insignieras has details.
This cannot happen.
At a press conference today, LAUSD Superintendent Alberto Carvalho confirmed a teenager was detained outside Arleta High School by immigration agents. The 15-year-old, a student with disabilities at San Fernando High School, was here with his family, registering a sibling for classes.
Yes, it happened before the start of the school year, but this is the exact type of incident that traumatizes our communities. It cannot repeat itself.
LAUSD says it was an alleged case of mistaken identity, and the student was released after family members got involved. Officials said after the agents left, bullets were collected by school police on the sidewalk after agents apparently left them behind. Carvalho and other local leaders say the incident underscores why the district is rolling out new safety measures ahead of the new school year.
We are gathered here today to talk about protecting our children from the federal government.
Mayor Bass says LAPD and school police are not helping in federal immigration enforcement, and city departments are increasing training to prepare for any federal activity.
The school district has protections in place to keep kids safe.
Some of the measures include expanding safe passage programs, adding bus routes, central office staff, and community safety teams around campuses with higher risks of immigration raids. The district will also distribute family preparedness packets to all students on the first day of school.
Our communities are under attack. It's a deliberate targeting of our Latino communities, our immigrant communities, and the intention is to sow fear and to be cruel and inhumane.
LAUSD board member Kelly Gonez, whose district includes Arleta High School, says what happened today was a shock and unacceptable. As the school year gets started, she says students and their families should feel safe coming to class and that the district is doing everything possible to make that happen.
Kids can't learn when they are feeling trauma and they feel unsafe. And we want to make sure their kids can continue learning. But we know that the best place to do that is in our classrooms with our students, with our support staff.
And that was reporter Gio Insigneras reporting. Investigators are trying to figure out what caused an explosion that rocked a steel plant outside Pittsburgh. It happened at U.S. Steel Clairton Coke Works. 2 people are dead and more than 10 others injured, including a person who was rescued from the rubble hours after being trapped. Crews are continuing to search for people who may be trapped at this hour, and a mass casualty incident has been declared to allow for additional emergency resources from across the region to respond. A federal judge has denied the DOJ's request to unseal grand jury materials in Ghislaine Maxwell's criminal case. Supporters of President Trump had pushed for more disclosures related to Maxwell and her co-conspirator, Jeffrey Epstein, the deceased financier and accused sex trafficker. But U.S. District Judge Paul Engelmayer said in his ruling Monday that the government's reasoning for unsealing those grand jury materials fails at the threshold, and that anyone who was following the Epstein case would learn next to nothing new from them. Engelmayer added that the materials do not identify anyone else besides Epstein and Maxwell as having had sexual contact with a minor. President Trump is declaring a public safety emergency in the nation's capital and announcing he's sending National Guard troops to the streets of Washington, D.C., claiming crime is out of control, though it comes as statistics show violent crime rates on the decline. The D.C. mayor called the takeover unsettling and promised to work to maintain trust and safety. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest now from Washington.
Because you'd be safe.
Following an unprecedented order from President Trump, hundreds of National Guard troops are expected on the streets of Washington, D.C., beginning today, according to a White House official, to crack down on crime.
We're declaring public safety emergency in the District of Columbia.
The president deploying the Guard and taking federal control over the D.C. Police Department for up to 30 days without congressional approval, citing violent crimes like a recent attack on a former DOJ employee during an attempted carjacking.
Historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor.
But the move comes when the U.S. Attorney's Office said in January that violent crime in D.C. was at a 30-year low. Metro Police noting a 26% drop since last year. Though the head of the police union says that's not the feeling on the ground, arguing crime stats have been manipulated and calling any talk of a recent drop in crime preposterous. Protesters speaking out, pointing to President Trump's recent move to send thousands of National Guard troops to Los Angeles this summer to tamp down on immigration protests, and his comments that federal intervention in other cities like New York and Chicago could be next.
Trump does not care about D.C. safety. He cares about control.
The Attorney General of D.C. said he was exploring legal options. The D.C. mayor called the president's actions
unsettling and unprecedented,
while promising to work with the federal government to keep the city safe. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And now with your latest consumer headlines, here's CNBC's Silvana Hanau. Silvana.
Good morning. Wall Street is set to open higher ahead of
fresh data on inflation. Now, the markets are coming off a losing day with the Nasdaq snapping a 3-day win streak. Investors largely shrugging off President Trump announcing a 90-day extension of the tariff truce with China. Now, in focus today, it's the July Consumer Price Index, and it's expected to show inflation rose moderately last month. But core inflation, which strips out volatile swings in food and energy prices, likely increased at the fastest pace in 6 months. Elon Musk says he plans to sue Apple for not featuring X and his Grok AI chatbot among the top apps in its app store. In a post on X, he called out Apple for not listing those apps in the must-have section, saying X is the top news app in the world and Grok is number 5 among all apps. Musk says Apple makes it impossible for any AI company other than OpenAI to reach the top spot in the App Store, which he alleges is an antitrust violation. Apple hasn't commented, but it does have a relationship with OpenAI to integrate ChatGPT into its products. AMC CEO says the company has just scratched the surface on the use of AI. During an earnings call with analysts yesterday, the head of the world's largest movie theater chain hinted at plans to use AI for pricing, the scheduling of films, and customer service. And he says AMC is in talks about making small investments in AI technology companies whose projects are related to the movie industry. With your CNBC Morning Business Report, I'm Silvana Henao.
Earlier, we showed you a photo of a location somewhere in the Coachella Valley, and I told you I'd show you the photo again and give you one more hint before we reveal the location at the end of our broadcast. So here's the photo, and here's the hint. This course has received high accolades from the PGA Tour. Think about that one. We'll tell you more about this special location coming up later in our broadcast. But first, we're going to head back to Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at what's ahead in your forecast.
Yeah, the dropping the morning weather papers right now. What are the headlines? A lot of sunshine this afternoon, but we still have an extreme heat warning in effect with those temps several degrees above normal this afternoon. But the temps do go down eventually. I'll let you know when. Full forecast is next.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Yeah, starting out with clear skies over the valley. Plenty of sunshine later this afternoon. Yesterday, we were above normal again for the valley. 114 the high, 109 the normal. We'll be close to that 114 again today. Right now, beginning with 80s around the valley. 78 degrees at Yucca Valley, 72 at Banning, 59 Big Bear right now. Winds light and variable. They will pick up out of the west and get a little breezy. Strong gusts in some of the wind-prone areas. More on that coming up. Radar, yeah, nothing happening over Southern California. We're quiet in that department. Plenty of sunshine. There is a marine layer, but that'll burn off too. A little bit of a haze as you look north on our Toro Peak cam from the Santa Rosa Mountains. And yeah, that will be enhanced with a little bit of dust being kicked up in the air. Slightly gusty late today, but because of that, an air quality alert has been posted for the valley. Air quality not all that great for the area. That expires this evening. Now, as far as today, we still have that ridge of high pressure in the neighborhood, ensuring those numbers will be a handful of degrees above normal. 112 to 116. Again, Palm Springs normal, 109, so yeah, about 5 above. Lots of sunshine, breezy onshore flow kicking in late in the day. Specifically, 114 in Palm Springs, not even close to the record of 120. 114 Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage, La Quinta. Got 113 at Indian Wells and Indio today, 110 Desert Hot Springs this afternoon. And because the temps are still up there, the National Weather Service put out an extreme heat warning again for today. But that expires at 8 o'clock tonight, and after that, the numbers do back off a little bit tomorrow, more so by the end of the week. That includes the High Desert 2 and the San Gorgonio Pass. And also we have a lot of other areas in the southwest under that heat watches and advisories, including parts of Nevada and Arizona. So we're not the only ones dealing with the heat. Then the numbers come down by a degree for Palm Springs. 113 still up there tomorrow under lots of sunshine. 113 at Indio, 114 La Quinta and Palm Desert tomorrow. Okay, things change a little bit on Thursday. That's when that high pressure begins to flatten out. So the numbers do come down. It begins to be pushed away. 108 to 112. That's exactly where we should be. So normal numbers for us in the valley. 110 Thursday under sunshine for Palm Springs. 111 Palm Desert. 101 Cabazon. Winds will pick up late in the afternoon each and every day into this coming weekend. Nothing really has changed there. A little stronger around the wind-prone areas on Wednesday, but not even close to wind advisory status. But today, the winds will get a little gusty and kick up a little bit of dust and dirt. Keep that in mind. And as far as the surface moisture is concerned, 50-degree dew points today and tomorrow. That backs off a little bit, but still, middle of the day, relative humidity hangs steady in the teens, so a touch of humidity out there. Okay, Evo's done with, but we have Henriette still out there north of Hawaii, making its way to the northwest. It'll begin to slowly fizzle out. Right now, 75-mile-an-hour hurricane, Category 1 storm there. And then we have Erin, which is in the North Atlantic. It's moving its way to the west, and that will gain strength, eventually becoming a major hurricane this coming weekend. And we have another view of the forecast taking us beyond the cone of predictability. You can see it there gaining strength as it makes its way north of Puerto Rico and the Windward Islands, and should become a major storm. But good news is it circles around and heads back northeast. Comfort Air 7-day forecast, 114 today, 113 tomorrow, back to normal Thursday, below that Friday.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
These are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating. And we couldn't agree more. The NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk with Tim O'Brien. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Oh, welcome back. It's time for the Friday Night Lights here in the Valley, believe it or not. This week we'll take you around the Valley to meet the top talent and coaches. Well, earlier this week, our Caitlin Kelly took a trip to Xavier Prep to check on the Saints, a team that faced adversity early on last season and never really found their stride. The Saints finished 4-5-1 on the year and missed the playoffs. Well, Prep had a roster with more talent than it showed, and head coach James Dockery knows it's time to find its way back to its championship defense.
Man, those guys, we just have 11 guys that more than 11 guys, but our starting group out there, they like to run around and hit. I think anybody that's seen us play during the era that I've been here, they understand that we play a certain style of defense, and these guys have all been waiting to reestablish that. I thought last year's defense was pretty good, but I think this year's defense wants to get back to our playoff caliber style.
Well, the coach there playing the defense at the highest level in the National Football League, certainly someone you'd listen to. The Saints will open their season next week in Temecula at Linfield Christian. And as we continue our coverage all week long around the Coachella Valley, we'll premiere our season preview show this week. That's going to happen on our website at NBCPalmSprings.com. You head on over there, you click on the Friday Night Lights tab. The show will be released this year on Saturday mornings again on NBCPalmSprings.com. It's time for a little shameless plug. Speaking of Saturday mornings, take a TO with me. Join me every Saturday this fall on 102.7 The Fanatic for the latest on everything Valley High School football. Certainly excited for this new opportunity each week to highlight all the coaches and players here in the Coachella Valley. Again, that's on Saturdays from 8 to 10 on 102.7 The Fanatic. Certainly looking forward to that. Well, that'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
There's no cruel summer for Taylor Swift fans. The Grammy winner announced a new album titled The Life of a Showgirl. The surprise announcement for the new album, called TS12, came at 12:12 on Tuesday morning. Swift released the news as part of a sneak peek for her upcoming appearance on the New Heights podcast hosted by Travis Kelce and his brother Jason. In the clip, she pulls out a mint green briefcase with her initials TS written in orange. Swift has not released any other information, and there will likely be more details when her much-awaited podcast appearance on New Heights releases on Wednesday. The live editions of America's Got Talent begin next week, but tonight the show takes time out to celebrate its 20th birthday. Great moments and never-before-seen footage are part of that special. Mark Barger sat down with the show host Terry Crews to talk about AGT's evolution. Take a look.
When America's Got Talent started 20 years ago,
I'm afraid we've got to be quite brutal here. It's a talent show, not a freak show.
it was not what it would become.
Were you on board from day one on AGT in terms of watching it?
In the beginning, I just have to say, the first couple seasons, I was like, what is this?
In fact, at the time, Terry Crews was shooting Everybody Hates Chris on the same lot, and the future host would walk by the AGT setup.
It was so primitive, and I was looking at this show, and I'm doing my, my sitcom, and I'm like, oh, I hope they make it.
Welcome to America's Got Talent.
From original host Regis Philbin through Jerry Springer and Nick Cannon, and then Tyra Banks, the $1 million talent search not only endured, but grew.
I would say about season 7 or 8, all of a sudden, it just took off. Like, me and my family, it was must-see TV.
And many of those must-see moments are revisited in tonight's 20th anniversary special.
There are amazing acts that are still world famous, but didn't get a buzzer, didn't win the show, but you never forgot them.
Crews has been ringside for the excitement since season 12.
What's it like for you backstage when you're sharing the highs and lows for these acts?
Well, I'm their counselor, you know. When someone's heart is broken, there's sometimes just, you can't do anything but hug them.
That can do wonders.
That's it. Right. We've had a lot of tears backstage, but when it works for them, it's the joy.
2 decades of talent.
It's 20 years, man. People have grown up on this show.
Mark Barker, NBC Entertainment.
If you'd like more information on the stories we've aired in our broadcast this morning, you can go to our new website, NBCPalmSprings.com. We've also got a newsroom tab there where our stories and events were organized by date. Let's take a live look outside of your Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. We'll be right back with a recap of your weather forecast and reveal our Where in the Valley special location.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs.
It's time to reveal our special location for our broadcast. Did you guess it? This is Ascena Golf Club in Palm Springs. It's off Clubhouse View Drive, and it's rated the #6 public course in California by the PGA Tour. I've got to play that one, and I didn't even know it was around here. How cool. So nice. And don't forget, I'll be live from the Palm Springs Animal Shelter for our midday news at 11, introducing you to some furry friends up for adoption at our Clear the Shelters event this weekend. So we will see everybody back here for our midday news.
Some discounts, right?
Yes, some big discounts. Everything's free. That's so cool.
Gotta love it. Okay, it's going to be another hot one today, around the middle 110s. We have an extreme heat warning in effect through tonight. After that, the numbers do back off. Close to normal Thursday, lower than that Friday.
And we hope you have a great day today. Go out and make it a great team.